Hello, my name is Cindy Artrip, and I am from Daff Allen Central Elementary, where I teach kindergarten through 8th grade art, and my project is called Animating Art. I'll take you through my slideshow really quick. All right, so my educational problem is that learning art history can be kind of boring for my students, and I want to be able to keep them better engaged. So in order to pique their interest more during art history lessons, I want to introduce them to some new and exciting ways to learn. I feel that this will be more intriguing for them to learn about things that they may not otherwise have piqued their interest. So my questions are, what methods could I implement to make learning art history more fun? How can I successfully implement and incorporate STEM with art? What products are available to incorporate STEAM into my art class? And how can students bring their artwork to life? And how will I assess what my students have learned? So research shows that technology is becoming the most innovative and fast-growing industry in our society. By combining the arts with the sciences, we create a healthy balance of education, exploration, creativity, and academic progress. By igniting both sides of the brain, the left, which is analytical thinking, and the right, which is the imaginative thinking side, we can create some of the best thinkers, creators, and of our future generation. STEAM is a mix of elements from science, technology, art, and engineering, and math that create critical thinkers, problem solvers, and innovators of our future. Recognizing that children learn what they are excited about, my focus will be to offer hands-on lessons that utilize the process of visualizing, synthesizing, and expressing through a wide variety of media. So my plan of action, how will I make learning art history fun? Students will get to select a favorite artist and work of art that they find interesting. They will research, create, and bring an artwork to life by using Hummingbird Bit Kit and coding through JavaScript. Animating art project outline and implementation is my students will bring a famous artwork to life. The criteria it's the things that the students' projects must do, which will be based on a work of art, use an LED or a motor, and stand on its own. They can also use a combination of LEDs and motors, and you will see a sample of that in just a moment. The constraints and limits on the student projects is they must use supplies that they have around the house or in the classroom. We want to be able to use recyclables. That way we cut back on waste. And for a fun bonus challenge, I want the students to try to use similar projects to their original artist and limit the size of the project to about the size of a shoebox. That way we have plenty of room in the classroom to support that. Some of the resources needed include the Hummingbird Bit Kits from BirdBrain Technologies. We need access to MakeCode and JavaScript and classroom supplies such as cardboard boxes, scissors, cutting blade, mats, hot glue, tape, paper cups, popsicle sticks, paper clips, straws, rubber bands, batteries, just a little bit of everything recyclable or that we already have available in the classroom. Who is involved and how? So I do plan to implement this lesson with my 8th grade middle school students. Approximately 30 students will be working on this project in small groups. Students will learn to use MakeCode and JavaScript to program the Hummingbird Bit Kit in order to bring a work of art to life. The timeline for the project, we will begin this project the next quarter, which starts next week. Students will research artists and artwork to choose a painting to replicate. And students will recreate a 2-dimensional painting as a 3-dimensional kinetic art form using various art techniques appropriate to their sculpture. Beginning in the 3rd quarter, students will learn how to use the MakeCode and implement their learning to add motion and light to their creations using the Hummingbird Robotics Kit. Students will defend how they chose to incorporate light and motion based on the features of their artwork that they chose. So here's a work sample that I created during a training where I learned to use the Hummingbird kit. I have presented my sample to my students and asked for their input and opinions. Students show great interest in learning how to create animated artworks. I will assess student learning by asking questions and by having students journal their process. And student success will be measured by completion of a successful work that meets the stated criteria. So this is my little tribute to Bob Ross. It's kind of a little fun project that I did. I incorporated the Hummingbird bit kit with some servo motors and the blinking lights. So let me play this for you and you can get an idea of what animating art looks like. All right, there you have that. The students loved the Bob Ross tribute. All right, so in summary, my students are excited to learn about how to animate art. They are eager to begin research and planning for a project at hand, which leads me to believe that the plan will prove to be successful in making art history much less boring for students and a whole lot more fun.